Hi, I'm Steve from the Market Direct Group. I'm from the Sydney showroom, and today we're going to do an instructional video of how to set up the MDC 12-foot tent. Let's do it. Okay, we've got the red cover off now. Before we go any further, we're just going to drop some stabiliser legs. Okay, now we've dropped the stabiliser legs. Just have a look at your trailer, make sure it's all nice and level, because it's going to set up better if you've got a nice level trailer. Now we're going to flip the back out. Because this is a brand spanking new tent, we're just going to let some air get into it, let everything sort of free itself up a bit. Okay, I've unpacked my ladder, put it in position. I'm now going to go up into the bedding area. Now, you don't need to bring any poles in to put up your main dome. You do have to use one spreader pole to go from your main apex to the other side. It takes 30 seconds. Okay, now we've got the bed area set up. That was a simple process. I'm going to do the pegging at the end of the trailer here before we start pulling the floor out, so we get everything nice and even. You've got to have this running basically vertical and level with the trailer, so make sure when we get to the tailgate skirt section that velcro's on evenly. Make sure it's nice and vertical and even, but pull it out to make sure we can get the floor nice and level without creases inside. Okay, now we're going to find the other end of the floor and we're going to pull that out so it's all nice and flat. Okay, what I've got here is the MDC optional tropical roof for the 12-foot tent. So if you choose this as an option, we're just basically going to show you how to assemble it and how to put it on. We've got 5 poles in here for the tropical roof. Easy assembly. They're all on elastic. Straighten her out and they pop in. Now we're just going to stretch this guy out. Give me an end, you have an end. Straight through the sleeves. Now you've got to make sure that you're putting this on correctly. So you'll see in between these two it's just over 1 metre. In between these 2 poles it's just over 1 metre. In between these 2 poles just over 1 metre. In between these 2 at least 2 metres. The 2 metres is for the trailer. So we're basically just going to flip this guy over. Simple operation. The pole basically just slides into that sleeve. Got a little strap here. Go up. Back through. Bit of tension, don't tension up too tight because we've got to do the exact same on the other side and we want the tropical roof sitting even in the middle. It's always a great idea camping. If you're an avid camper, I don't even need to tell you, always a great idea to have a little step ladder or something just to make the job easier. Now that the tropical roof's on, it can basically just stay there. You can leave it on there for the life of your camper. Personally, when I'm packing up that, I basically just slide those fiberglass poles back out, but just leave the tropical roof on. Makes it easier next time. All you got to do is slide the poles in. Okay, now we're going to do the internal poles. You only need to physically come in with these two poles, two number 6s. So when we slide these back and slide that pole up, that's going to hold up your back door entrance. Get them in their socks. And up. Now to get the roof nice and taut, you've got two choices with this pole. You can basically leave it where it is and just push it up and tighten your wing nut, or you can pull the whole pole out and drop it down here to its sock and have your doorway free of obstruction. Now we're just going to raise the apex of the roof up. Again, simple operation. Undo your wing nut, push it straight up, get the canvas taut. Now you can leave your tent nice big airflow through here, but we do have a privacy wall for mum and dad, so I'm going to put the privacy wall up. It's easy, 2 bits of velcro over your main frame here, 2 zips on the side, you're done. One common inquiry we get after purchase is customers, once they've set up, are telling us they can't get their doors closed. What you're doing there is you're pulling your floor out maximum with your door open, pegging it all down, and then trying to close the door afterwards. So when you're doing your floor, getting it stretched out nice and even both ways, make sure you have your doors actually closed. That way when you're finished pegging, you'll be able to open and close your doors evenly. So for a quick 1 or 2 day stay, this is ideal. If you're going to stay a bit longer, we're now going to show you how to do the annex roof, walls and floor. Okay, so now moving on to the annex, we're going to do the roof. Now these are the 5 uprights that are required for the annex roof, so your poles that are running along the front. As you can see, they're all numbered, so you can go by your number chart that's supplied by MDC. But I'm basically going to show you how I find the poles, because identifying your poles can be the most time-consuming thing of putting up an annex. So basically I just look for the holes. This little pole here, number 2, it's got the hole 10 inches from the top. I know that's on the end. Then you basically just work your way along. Number 10 pole, I know is going to be that one. Another number 2 pole with the hole about 10 inches from the top is on your other end. Number 7 pole, you can see the hole is all the way down here. So for the sun peak on your annex roof, that's going to be your apex. And of course, we're only left with one left. He's going to be right there. Now we've got 2 spreader poles here for the very front of your annex. Obviously the short one is going to be going over, matching your bedding area there, so the little one here. Then this much longer guy runs from the apex of your tent all the way to the very end, number 2 pole. So just lay them all into position before you start. Okay, we move on to the roof poles. They're all exactly the same. Hook on one end, flat bar on the other. They're the exact same poles, you've just got to put them in position. Again, simple operation, hook pole. You'll just feel in through the sock here. You'll find a hole on the main frame of your tent and just hook him in. Done. Okay, with all the roof poles in, all your other poles lined up, It's time to zip the actual roof on and get her up. Okay, ready to put the annex on now. So Keith's got the zip at his end, he's going to start. So I'm just going to come along, give him a hand here by holding the roof up. Okay, we've got the annex roof zipped on now. It's going to go along the front. We're going to pad all this 50mm Velcro down. Obviously the Velcro is for if it starts to rain, you don't want the rain to be able to get at the zipper and drip straight through. So that's one of the most important parts of your annex roof, is getting that Velcro down. The other really good thing about this annex roof is once it's on, you can leave it on, just flip it over the main part of your camper when you're packing up. Next time you don't have to go through that zipping process. Okay, the roof's all zipped on. We've got the Velcro down. We're going to do your front poles now. Easy process. We start at the middle apex. I'm going to put the 2 long spreaders on either side. Keith's going to put his on his number 2 over there. I'm going to put mine on my number 2 over here. Your main frame's up. Try and push it out to approximately where you think the annex is going to come to. Okay, we've got the main frame up now. We're going to finish the other 2 supports and then we'll go around, we'll tension out every bar and get it looking nice and taut. So now we've got the whole main frame up. We're just going to start at one end and tension out every bar, just work our way along so it's all nice and taut. Okay, so far it's taken us almost 10 minutes to do the back room. It's taken us about 10 minutes to do the annex roof here. We're going to do your walls as well. That's probably going to take us between 5 and 7 minutes. If you're not putting your annex walls in, you've got these little hooks here to hold down the peak of your roof so it's not going to flap around. But putting your walls on, you've just got to take them off. You've just got to Velcro them on the inside. Let's do the walls. So when you first unfold all your walls, it's going to be one long wall connected together. They are divided. You can basically divide them in each corner. So it's actually 3-piece by zip and Velcro. The way I do it basically is when I'm starting my wall, I'll start at one end. It doesn't really matter which end. Fold your pole in like that. Get your zipper pretty much lined up with the pole and start Velcroing. Come on, Keithy. That fair dinkum took only 5 minutes. What we're going to do now is we want to get the floor on, but we're going to open up all these windows, ventilate the place before we get the floor in there. But look at the size of these windows. And again, you've got 2 doors in your annex, same as the tent. Great ventilation. Okay, last process, the floor. We're almost done. So basically just roll this out. You need your Velcro facing down on this guy, so when we go to Velcro it along, it's going to be flat and then forming bucket style again coming up. Okay, the floor's in. Took me about 4 minutes. As you can see, Velcro's raised, so it's still forming a bucket style flooring. Very good for moisture, very good for rain. Let's put the tailgate skirt on. Beautiful sunny day, you wouldn't need these guys in. They're an optional spreader pole kit that MDC can supply. Basically stops sagging of canvas if it's getting rained on. You got your tropical roof on top of this, so that's also going to help with keeping the rain off your main part of the roof. But high wind and high rain, get these guys in, make life a bit more pleasant. Okay, final step really. Well, a couple outside, but this is the MDC moonroof. So you want to let a bit of light in, natural light above the bed. Just open up your moonroof. We've got the tropical roof on here, so you're not going to be able to see the beautiful stars at night. But of course, without the tropical roof on, you would. Okay, so that's completed now. This is the back area of your tent, your initial fold out section. So you've got a full queen size bedding area up there. It can take a mattress up to 250 mil high. I wouldn't go too much over that. You're going to struggle to start packing it down. MDC do an optional mattress, which is 200 mil high, queen size inner spring, made from an anti-mold material. So you've got your moonroof up there, all 18 ounce canvas on the roof, 15 ounce on the walls. Special feature of these tents is the very thick gussets in the corner here. You see how thick they are? They're going to stop the tent poles from being able to bend in too far. Everywhere you can see a pole in here is not directly touching canvas. It's on vinyl. Everyone knows whatever's hitting canvas, if there's something touching it, eventually that water will come through. So all of our poles here are all on vinyl. You've got 4 doors in this main part. Generally, mothers with young children still in cots and so forth are going to want the kiddies up here. That means you keep these doors closed, you use the 2 end doors. Once your kiddies are a little older, or you've already got older kids, they're in cots and that up the other end, and you're using these doors through here. And with the 4 doors completely open, the ventilation coming through here is sensational. So up this end, we've got the mozzie and midgie proof mesh and PVC down the bottom here. All the fly screens in here are mozzie and midgie proof. We put the PVC up here because you're outside canvas. On a rainy day, you can basically just roll it down halfway, secure it, and still let the natural light be coming through. And have a look at this bucket style flooring. It's raised about 100 mil all the way around for moisture. Even where your poles go down here, it's reinforced vinyl in the corner. There's other patches. You got little pockets here for knickknacks. It's great storage, fantastic amount of room, and a nice high roof. I'm 6'2" and I'm not struggling standing in here. So into your annex now. Again, 18 ounce roof, 15 ounce walls. You've got all little socks around here for your poles. So once your poles have gone through, tighten up your socks. No more mozzies or midgies going to be getting through there. We've secured the little socks. Again, everywhere you see a pole, it's touching vinyl. It is not touching your canvas. Again, mozzie midgie proof, 2 doors in, 2 doors out here, but look at the size of these windows. The ventilation through here is just beautiful. I can feel the breeze coming through here now. Okay, so when your annex is fully up, You'll find these in your peg bag. They're basically called weather caps. So what we do with them is put them straight over the top of your annex pole. That's going to stop the water from running down that pole, going through your eyelet, and then it'll work its way along the pole and start dripping somewhere, and you think your roof's leaking when it's not. So they're your little weather caps. Keep them in your peg bag, don't lose them, they're gold. So there it is, the MDC 12-foot tent. This will come on the Softfloor range of any of the MDCs. As you can see, we did the back room first, quick overnighter, 10-minute setup. Then we did the annex roof, 20-minute setup. If you're staying 2 or 3 days, if you want to secure the whole thing, walls and all, we did it here in about 30 minutes. And that's a brand new tent out of the box. There's a couple of things we had to do here that you'll never have to do again, like the privacy screen, like the roof. But she's a quality tent, quality canvas we've been using for quite a while. Fantastic area to sleep in there for the kids, fantastic ventilation. Come on down to one of your showrooms and have a look at the MDC 12-foot tent.